Hey everyone, CJF Hotshot here, and yep, you read the title right. This is a tie-in. Well, part one of a tie-in. Basically, my mate read out comics. You know him. I've been in a few of his videos before. He's doing the Bendis Saga over on his channel, where he's doing all 60+ issues of Brian Michael Bendis' Superman run. And I've talked to him a few times, throwing out the idea that I could do Bendis' Young Justice in the meantime. And I thought right now is probably a good time to kick it off. So without any further ado, let's hop into Young Justice by Brian Michael Bendis. So one day, Brian Michael Bendis started working for DC Comics, and he was in an editorial meeting with Dan DiDio, and they were pitching new book ideas for his new imprint, Wonder Comics. And in a few ways, we do have to thank Bendis for something, because of his idea to bring Young Justice back. We have the iconic YJ Core 4 back in circulation. Tim Drake has a book again in Young Justice, even though he was just in Detective. And Connor Kent Superboy and Bart Allen Impulse are back fully, whilst also giving amazing focus onto Cassandra Sandmark, Wonder Girl. So yeah, but before we get into anything, I would actually like to thank Brian Michael Bendis for bringing Young Justice back. However, just because he brought it back, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to shit on it. I'm absolutely going to shit on it. I have a few things to say. So let's jump into issue 1. We start issue 1 off on Gemworld, where Lord Opal and his disciple are making meta references to DC Crisis events. My guess is that they're foreshadowing Event Leviathan, but it is kind of tacky talking about DC Crisis events. But we then cut to Metropolis, where we see Ginny Hex get pulled over because her indicator light is broken. But before she can get ticketed by a police officer, warriors from Gemworld come to attack Superman. Only problem? Superman isn't there. Like at all. But luckily, Robin, not Red Robin, seriously? Okay, Robin is there. Look, I'll save my rant on Tim for another time. We cut to a flashback to 5 minutes ago because Bendis is terrible at pacing. Tim Drake just got to Metropolis 5 minutes ago, where he sees Wonder Girl looking around town. Tim and Cass hug it out, and then the World Warriors attack. Seriously? We couldn't have put that before never mind. Anyways, cutting to now, we see a weirdly mischaracterized Bart Allen throwing out references to Harry Potter as he saves people. I mean, yeah, it's wholesome. I love Bart Allen, and I love Bart Allen being wholesome, but it's just lost that Bart Allen edge. Bart's definitely lost his attitude here. Anyway, the 4 heroes defend Metropolis as a new hero shows up. Her name is Teen Lantern, yet another Lantern to compete for DC editorial attention whilst Batman gets 1 billion books. Oh yeah, I'm bitter about that, by the way. Anyway, Bart decides that Young Justice is back together, as this is the title of the book, and he's read the title, I assume. I mean, he was in the Speed Force, so it makes sense. And then they all get separated. Right away. No team bonding, just go into there and then split off. Tim is stuck with someone called Amethyst, who looks like she has quite a bloodlust. Meanwhile, elsewhere on Gemworld, everyone's favourite imp Bart Allen is reunited with Superboy himself, Con-El. Okay, at the time of release, this issue was pure hype, mainly because of Patrick Gleason's art and stellar posing. However, the pacing is terrible. The book is overblown with unnecessary Bendis dialogue, and we're introduced to a new character in Teen Lantern, but being introduced in a team book means that she'll get sidelined by other members of the team who, at this point, are more interesting than her because they have more characterization in general. Not to mention that Tim has changed his name back to Robin again so that they can recreate the Core 4 iconography. Granted, this isn't the worst thing that's happened to Tim, that happens to Tim in Young Justice when it comes to his name and costume, but it is something to note that he just can't be Red Robin anymore. And also, I've said this already, but Bart's characterization is dialed a bit weird. Not bad, but not good either, if we're talking about a good first impression. Either way, let's get on to issue 2. Issue 2 starts off with Gemworld underlings plotting to take over the world by killing Amethyst. However, Tim Drake and Amethyst overhear this, so they come crashing down, riding on horseback. Yes, this scene is very cool. But just as things get very cool, we cut to Ginny Hex trying to get Teen Lantern off of her truck. Because the pacing in this book is terrible, and we can't linger on the cool stuff. Cassie interjects as she attempts to calm Ginny down, as we cut to 1 week earlier. Okay, Bendis, what the hell? Bendis, would it kill you to make the present moment matter? Would it kill you to at least add some tension into Ginny trying to shoot Cassie? No, we're just cutting to last week, are we? Okay, sure. Cassie beats up Despero as a guard asks Cassie which superhero she is. Bendis, this is the scene we're lingering on. Seriously, but why are you lingering on this scene at this point of the book? This doesn't make sense. Okay, Cassie talks to her grandfather, who just happens to be Zeus. That's pretty cool. Okay, we all knew that Zeus was Cassie's grandfather, but for new readers, because this is issue 2, Zeus wants Cassie to take her birthright as a god. However, Cass makes it very clear that this isn't what she wants in life. So we cut back to the present, where Kaz, Teen Lantern, and Ginny go fly the truck into Tim's flying horse. Yes, the missed potential of Tim flying a horse is unreal. Tim introduces Amethyst to the gang, as Opal comes to kill them. So, that was strange. We spent more time in the past than the present here. I'm not joking. At least half of this book was Cassie talking to her grandfather Zeus, which I skipped through for all of you because it's Bendis dialogue and it's long and overdrawn. Now, this scene alone is quite good. However, it would have mattered more if it was put in issue 1, as we get Cassie as a very good character focus at the start. Instead, it cuts through all the tension and it makes nothing matter at all. Also, Tim on horseback, very underused here. I've said this already, but it is needed to be said again. And it feels like Bendis just wanted Gleason to draw on the image and be done with. So, yeah. Also, the cliffhanger for issue 1, Bart reuniting with Con. Yeah, we don't follow up on that till issue 3. So, why was that the cliffhanger of issue 1? Wouldn't it make more sense to make it the cliffhanger of issue 2, or... I have no idea with this book anymore. But what can I say about this book? It's in the wrong order, Bart Allen's characterized wrong, and it's all... I can understand why Elk is taking so long to do the Bendis saga now. I understand this completely. This is only issue 2. We still have like 18 more to go. So I'm going to call it here for the day. See you next time, everyone.